Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you all are good and feeling good in your house and in your place. So, today I'm making video on my favorite topic, which is linear regression. So this is my one of the favorite topic in statics, which I might be thinking like I will be definitely using my future because I wanted to own my own restaurant in future. So I will definitely need this topic, or I will definitely need this tool in future for my business, for forecasting my business sales and many more things. So some students think like statics is a very difficult, like it's a very difficult subject. Nine, but it's not a difficult subject. It's just you need to understand the equations and the topics, just the basic things. Then you will be easily do the everything related to the statics. So today we will be cover the linear regression topic. Hello, my name is Gagandeep Kaur, and today I'm going to introduce you all to the concept of linear regression. So, a key statistical method that's widely used to make predictions based on the data. Especially, I will be explaining how it works and why it's important to for every business, like why every businesses are using linear regression for their forecasting sales for or anything else for predicting for their business, which is important for them. As well as how you can get the good decisions, or how you can make the good decisions with the help of the linear regression. This will be helpful for anyone who is interested in business and business forecasting, strategy, or even just understanding data trends. So this linear regression is very helpful for those kind of peoples which I like, which I earlier now mentioned that. So let's begin our definition of linear regression. So I try to put the simple word for the simple and basic words for making this introduction easy for everyone. So in the simple term, the linear regression is the statistical method which used to the relationship method relationship method between the two variables by fitting a linear equation to observe the data. So if we get like for example, if we wanted to exemplify this definition or this term, like for example, if we want to predict the sales of our business in future, which is our dependent variable, so based on the advertising spend, which is our independent variable, the data, the idea is that there is a relationship like between how we spend on ads and how much we sell and get from the ads or from the business, and linear regression helps to quantify that relationship. The beauty of linear regression is its simplicity. It's use a straight line to show the relationship between the variables. It is also easy make the easy to interrupt and predict the future values, which is commonly used in the business forecasting. So, if we talk about the regression equations, like linear regression follow a very basic equation for predicting the future values, for predicting the forecast, or strategies, or many more things. So the equation is y is equal to a plus bx, where the y is the predicted value. Like in our example, it could be the predicted sales, like how much we sell, and x is the independent variable. For example, the amount which we are spending on the advertisement, which we already discussed in our last slide example. So the A is the interrupt of the line, basically the value of y when x is 0. The B is a slope line which represents the rate of change in y for a 1 unit change in x. This is also tell us to how much y will be increased or decreased based on the changes in x. So by putting or by plugging these all the values for x, we can predict the corresponding of y. So this is the simplest equation of regression equation, which covers y is equal to a plus bx, and had some these variables which helpful to get the regression equation. So moving on our next slide, visualization regression. Now let's talk about like how we visualization linear regression. One of the most common way to represent a linear regression is through the scatter plot with the best fit line, where we plot the actual data points on the graph. You can see over there on the graph, x-axis represents our independent variable like advertising spend, and y-axis represents the dependent variables like the sales. The points are scattered on the graph, which is showing the relationship between these two variables. Then we draw a best fit line called the regression line. This line minimize the distance between itself and the data points. It is also represents the predicted value of y based on the x. So why is the linear regression is so important, especially in the business? Because it helps us to make the data driven decisions, and there are three more reasons that why it matters in business. The first is the forecasting future trends. For example, predicting future sales based on the current advertising budget. We earlier used this example for explaining the linear equation. The second is understanding relationship. It helps to business understand how different factors such as pricing or advertising spend affect their bottom line. The third thing is making informed decisions. It removes the guesswork and help to business the base their decisions on the behalf of data leading to which is leading to better strategies for their business. Okay, for making it more easy, let's take the simple real world example. So imagine you are running a cafe and you want to predict how many cups of coffee you will be sell each day based on your temperature outside. So first, you collect data for past few months on the daily temperature and daily coffee sales. Using the linear regression, you can create a model that will helpful you to predict your future coffee sales based on the weather forecast. You can create model that helps predict your future coffee sales based on the weather forecast. This allows you to better prepare for your busy days or slow days, helping with the inventory management and staffing. So which is a real world example which will be helpful you to getting know about more about the linear regression. So working on through this topic, I have learned how powerful linear regression can be. It's amazing how simple mathematic equation can help you to make predictions that will shape business strategies. I also learned how to the interrupt graphs and equations, which is valuable skills in both academic and word and in the business field. Understanding these relationship between the variable is a crucial for decision making. Like these all are things which are very important to getting the good decisions and get the simple equation can tell a story completing story which completing. I already like show you like how equation can we solve and what is the meaning of all the variables in this equation. So I learned so many things from this topic, which will be helpful for me to opening my business in future and forecasting the sales of for my future business or the restaurant. So these are the things which I learned from this topic. Reflecting on this course, I have realized that the statics is not just for a mathematics. It's a tool that's used in real life, especially in the businesses. The course exceeded my expectations because it's provided me a practical approach to using statics in the business context. However, I think the course could benefit more hands on the case studies where we can apply what we have to learn to real business scenarios, and this would be provide more insight to the actual challenges we faced when we using these techniques in our real world. So if like I talk about in the conclusion, for the conclusion, it's linear regression is important for everyone. The most important is for the business because it's very helpful tool for the businesses, because we also have to predict, like we have to get the knowledge about how much we are selling, how much we are getting, how much we have a budget, and how much we are spend on anything, or for example how much we are spending on advertisement, and how much we get or how much we are selling through this. So these are the three references where I got this material. Like I did research on that first, and then I get the main points and the important data from that, and I write all the data in my own words, in the simple words. And after that, I have some things already remember in my mind, because when our professor uh, taught this lecture this topic in our class, then I have a full concentrate on that time. So I have little bit information already remember in my mind. So I use the three references as well as the study material which our professor, the study slides or the lectures which we cover it. And I also use a textbook for just like getting know the little bit concepts which are not which are not like I understandable from these references. So main in the meanwhile time I use these references for making my presentation or making my content more strong. So thank you so much for giving your time. I have I hope this explanation has helpful you to understand the basics of the linear regression and how you can apply in the business context. If you have any question, free feel to ask me. You can send me mail, and I will I will be help to you. Thank you so much for giving your time. I hope you all will like it, and thank you so much. Have a nice day. I try to give my best in this video. Like I'm giving full explanation which like the which kind of information I have, I given my best. Thank you so much.